ready.
So here we are taking a look at the third and final Walmart exclusive Bad Batch Black Series clone trooper, and it is Imperial Crosshair, a figure that has been definitely a point of conversation for a lot of people, because this is one of Hasbro's incidences of reuse that results in something looking very, very inaccurate. Now granted, was this based off of concept art? Probably. Because looking at the box art here, the shoulder pads are actually the like the classic Crosshairs, you know, the big old shoulder blade. You know, he does actually have that here on the box art. He's gone. But yeah, he does have that there. So my guess is that he's based off of concept art. But still, it's definitely disappointing that this this figure is as inaccurate as it is. But yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. Funny enough, though, this little blurb right here, this little picture actually spoiled that Crosshair was going to betray the Bad Batch, because this little bio leaked before the show did. So that's funny. But yeah, it's a pretty neat figure. I mean, I like it. It's you know, we'll get into it. Bye-bye box, you're gone. But yeah, this is Imperial Crosshair, and yeah, I honestly really like the story idea of Crosshair going off and joining the Empire. I really like it. I think his armor's really cool. I think his helmet is actually really badass. And I still really like this figure. It does retain some of the same issues as the original Crosshair. But yeah, it's got that one big issue about those shoulder pads, man. Now granted, I'm sure it does actually have other inaccuracies, like with tech. I actually didn't know that it was missing some paint applications that it should have had. I didn't even know that, because I haven't really studied the armors for the Bad Batch like I have for, say, Clone Troopers from Revenge of the Sith. I've studied those armors and I've looked at them for a good 16 years of my life. These guys, though, they're they're only like a couple years new to me when it comes to their finalized designs. So yeah, this is a good figure. I mean, it's good. Let's just get into it right now. So basically, it is a reuse almost entirely of Crosshair in his Republic armor. The main difference is, I believe he has a new chest and he has a new helmet, and I think that's literally it. His backpack's the same, his weapon's the same, his head's the same, his arms are the same. Literally everything is the same, except for the chest and the helmet. And yeah, that's not good, because he should have had brand new shoulder pads that were more stormtroopery. But it's all good. It's, you know, we'll just blame it on concept art, except let's look at the shoulders here and notice that it has a very large detail that is very, very inaccurate and makes literally no sense. You see those little things right there? That's 99. He's still representing Clone Force 99 on these old shoulder pads, even though he is loyal to the Empire and perceived Clone Force 99 as traitors. So yeah, that's not good. That's definitely some... Oh man, even that, it's like, even if it was concept art, man, not taking away the 99s on the shoulder pads there is really rough. It has the same issue with this figure where the clicks on the ankles don't like it doesn't want to click right in the center. Like, he's kind of hard to stand up. This figure has the very similar issue. But yeah, man, it's a letdown that those shoulder pads are old. I've seen some people cut them off, and like Force It with Jesse, he cut these off and gave him knockoff black Stormtrooper shoulder pads. I've seen some people pop off the arms and pop these out and actually replace them with black painted Stormtrooper shoulder pads from the newer Stormtroopers. I've seen some people just cut this blade off. I've seen some people get two of this figure and swap their shoulder pads. But for me personally, I'm probably not going to be worried about it. I don't care enough to stress out about it. But it is something that very much needs to be pointed out very prominently, because it is a major issue. And it kind of detracts from him a little bit. But yes, is he still cool looking? Yes, he is. That helmet, though. That looks badass. I love his Imperial helmet. It looks very Death Trooper-y. It's almost like he's the prototype Death Trooper, you know? Like, he's got the green goggles. He looks like a prototype Death Trooper, dude. He's got the visor that flips down. Oh man, I love Imperial Crosshair's helmet. I love, love, love it. And I'm very happy to have a more action figure-y interpretation of it, you know, instead of just a little mission fleet or a Lego guy. You know, I think it's besides Funko Pop. I don't even count Funko Pop. You know, they're basically dumpster fire fuel. They're not toys. This is like the third toy of Imperial Crosshair, because there was the mission fleet, then the Lego, now this. Hopefully we'll get TVC, fingers crossed. But yeah, I mean, it's basically the same mold that we've known. You know, he's got the same articulation. He's got the same head underneath, which is kind of unfortunate because, I mean, later on he does actually, you know, get burnt and then shaves his head. Because that's kind of represented by the Lego minifig, because he doesn't have hair in the Lego minifig. Here, let's take this helmet off too. So you can see basically the same head, honestly. There isn't really any difference with the head. It's basically the same. You know, you could maybe say, oh, his eyes maybe look a little more squinted. Yeah, okay, sure. But yeah, it's basically the same figure, man. Same rifle too. Same issue where that little piece very much does not stay on. Would have been nice if it was a rectangular peg, or a peg that actually slid down a little bit. But yeah, it's just a circular peg. It can be easily knocked out. That's disappointing. But yeah, you basically just take it out, plug it together, and it will look like this. It's the same rifle, exactly, as it should be, because that's actually something that's accurate. But yeah, his new torso, it's just a little more, you know, it doesn't have the strapping on it anymore. It's got some more angles. I mean, it looks good. It looks good. He has the same belt. Actually, no, he has a different belt. I thought it was the same, but it's actually different. Wow, because I flipped him around. He actually has these little, maybe they're like detonators or something on the back of the Imperial one, but not on the Bad Batch, because the Bad Batch actually has the strap that goes all the way around the body. Oh, okay. So yeah, he actually does have a new belt too. I just thought it was like the same belt, just without the little strap on it. Yeah, he does have that, so that's cool. But the legs are identical. Yeah, exact same legs. Which, that's fine. I don't think the armor on the legs was too different. There that goes. Yeah, his articulation, oh, a little stiff. It's very cold weather here right now, so yeah, he is a little stiff, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I do dig it. It's very nice that there is an Imperial Crosshair figure. It's just unfortunate that the shoulder pads are so, you know, inaccurate. And I mean, this is a reused figure that got the exclusive upcharge of up to $25. So it's definitely something where you're like, why am I paying a premium price for perhaps the most inaccurate Black Series figure to date? You know, it's kind of funny how it works like that. But yeah, here let's get in another comparison. Let's get in the Elite Inaccuracy Squad. So here we have Crosshair with the wrong shoulder pads and an Elite Squad Trooper without the striping. So yeah, that looks super accurate. Yeah! Totally not based on concept art. I mean, I know. It is what it is. Like, look at Marvel Legends, how many times that they get screwed over by being based off of concept art, and then they have to go back and make a more accurate one. But with Star Wars, for the most part, it's been pretty good. Like, Lucasfilm usually supplies Hasbro with very accurate information. But with these Bad Batch things, like Crosshair, he's got the wrong shoulder pads. He doesn't have the stripes, or she, because, you know, there's multiple genders for that trooper. And Captain Rex here, he had the binoculars and, you know, the cut pauldron, and he didn't have those in the show. So yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting how Hasbro's kind of falling off the rails a little bit when it comes to accuracy. Like the Casca Reeves, too. I feel like that was just laziness, where they still just entirely reused Bo-Katan, even though they should have changed a few more pieces. I feel like that one was just laziness. But yeah, with this, I feel like it was maybe a mix of laziness and just being given information that was changed later. You know, maybe they did decide to change, you know, Crosshair's shoulder pads further along in the production of the show, but Hasbro couldn't get the memo in time to actually change the figure. So yeah, who knows? I mean, it still has 99 on those shoulder pads, though, so they at least could have changed that, and they chose not to. So yeah, here we go. Here is Bad Batch Crosshair. Imperial Crosshair, actually. So do I recommend it? Well, let's remove him, and let's just give a synopsis of all three of the Walmart exclusive Bad Batch clone troopers. Because we have Crosshair, we have Rex, and we have the Imperial Shock Trooper. So yeah, what's my opinion on these? Well, the Shock Trooper is totally serviceable and is exactly what you would expect. It is a new mold Shock Trooper. You can take the pauldron off, you can make it a normal Shock Trooper. The paint's good, it's accurate. It doesn't have the black striping, but that's just a design aesthetic. And these two are inaccurate. Captain Rex is in kind of cool ways, but Crosshair is in lazy and awful ways. So yeah, honestly, out of all these, it's very heavy for the reuse. The only new parts we're really getting here are new pauldron, new helmet, soft goods, new pauldron, new helmet, new torso, new belt. That's all the new parts we're getting out of these. And we're being charged more premium prices. It's definitely a situation. And on top of that, Walmart exclusives. How many of you guys actually managed to get pre-orders in on Crosshairs? I'm sure a lot of you didn't. I'm sure even less got pre-orders for Rex, but I think a little bit more were able to get the Shock Trooper. Yeah, man, it's a situation we're in right now. Definitely a situation. Prices are going up. They're getting harder to find. Quality's getting a little iffy right now. Ooh, yikes. I feel like these releases here just kind of, especially these two, kind of are emphasizing the issues we're starting to face. Thank goodness I'm done with Black Series besides Clone Troopers, but also, ouch, they're starting to release more Clone Troopers, and they're cutting corners. So, yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. They're just toys at the end of the day. I'm not going to lose sleep over this, but this is a review. I need to state these issues to give the full picture of what's going on here. Do I like all three of these figures? Yeah, I do. I really do. I really do like all three of these. I mean, I'm not like, oh, I hate these, they're awful. No, but they have issues that definitely need addressed. So yeah, do I recommend it? I didn't really answer that yet. I mean, if you want it for your collection, if you really want the Imperial version, you know, if you'll end up with Echo and Omega that they just revealed, then yeah, you might want the Imperial version. But, you know, will they maybe release a more accurate one down the road? They might. They might fix it down the road. Like, they might do a Bad Batch Season 2 set that'll have a more accurate Crosshair. You know, they might change the Elite Squad Troopers to have the stripes. I don't know. That's Hasbro's game oftentimes. They release the inferior version first, and then make the... that was a burp. They make the better one later. It's usually how they do it. Like, everyone was freaking out about the retro Spider-Man, but as soon as they put one out with pinless joints, that'll be the new definitive one. So yeah, there we go, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Special shout out to the patrons of Patreon. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.